Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Oh. Get that out of there. Oh, it's always something with me, isn't it? It has to be. Hi, everybody. It's your boy, Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is a rant report of hot topical pop culture update to the charts proportions, and I'm excited to be here with you. Do me a favor, hit that like button that now that you're here, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to be a part of these live chat conversations, as well as be a part of this Rant Pack family. Hope everyone's doing great today. Hope you're feeling blessed and not stressed. And we have Christmas upon us in less than a week. Also, a halftime show I'm looking forward to. My sister actually secured her ticket, so I'm like, what? But yes, nothing but good energy today, but tea that we need to talk about with a couple of people. Other information we need to drop: a new movie trailer that actually has me believing that DC can be something. Although James said, if this don't do well, then we're not doing anything else. And so on and so forth. So we're going to get to it today. And once again, I hope you're in great, good spirits. Shout out to Embroika in the live chat, my moderator today. They'll be posting a lot of the information I'm going to be giving you, as well as if Liam pops up in here, of course, my other moderators, this, that, and the other. But here I am to have a conversation with you to make just the day go a little bit quicker, or possibly longer in a good way, and just having fun all together. Now, all of my links are available in my About section on YouTube, but I'll discuss them more in detail later. I do reactions to a lot of the shows I'm going to be discussing today, as well as shows I'll be discussing later on this weekend, and also other stuff. I was like, where am I going with this? I just felt like saying and. If you did want to send me something as far as Rant Pack mail for Christmas, my P.O. box is open, and my lovely moderator is posting that P.O. box information. Go ahead and send on something over there. But yeah, I was going to say, the schedule for this weekend. That's what it was. I was like, something's in my mind. Okay. So the schedule for the weekend basically is today is the rant report. I'll discuss a lot of shows and, get into some hot topics. Tomorrow will be Canada's Drag Race. I'll be discussing that. And then Saturday will be Dandadan. And then Sunday, we have the panel. Now, each show will start at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Each one, except for Saturday. That one starts a tad bit earlier because Saturday is a little bit of a different day for me. It's also like a gaming day for me with my group. And we're also planning our trip this weekend too, because we found the Airbnb that we're going to do for our trip to Mexico. So again, that's going to be the schedule for the weekend coming up. Everything will be changing going forward in January. I did talk about a lot of new stuff coming to the channel when it comes to the Rant Pack panel that's coming up, the members only crew that we're going to be starting this month, but the beginning of the membership bit is going to really hit come January. But we're going to start like our first little run throughs at the end of the end of I saw something in the live chat. Maybe I lost my train of thought. ADHD, it's all me. Like my superhero power right there, right? It's not really a power. Oh no, come back. Oh, my brain. Oh yes, Rant Pack panel. The membership's only starting up. We're going to be doing some test runs. We're going to get some people on board. I already told y'all that Patreon will be having exclusive access to, of course, like panel seats. Specifically, we'll be rotating weekly with who is in the chair and who is not in the chair based on who wants to be participants. And again, we're going to be talking about some shows, but it's going to be more inclusive for us as the Rant Pack, so we can have a good time and it not be full of some mess and some drama. Am I inspired by Yes. But it's interesting because I was watching some shows and I was like, "Oh, you know what? Why not?" And then also thinking to myself, we talk all the time in the live chat. I need to see some of y'all faces or possibly Avi's with the vocals too. And again, we'll be going over what can and cannot be said. I'll be doing very much some vigorous vetting before we let anybody on camera here. And of course, if anything does happen, then I won't be afraid to delete said portion or remove said people from those cases. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I've just been doing a little bit of work trying to put that together as well as other things in my personal life. So it's just been a lot going on. But yes, yay. So that's going to be fun. It's coming to the channel. Season 17. And of course, another show we're going to talk about in just a second will be the new January shows that we get into. Right now, Canada's Drag Race is consuming our atmosphere, and Down Under is about to get to the finale coming up, I believe, tomorrow. So, we're wrapping up Down Under. Thailand. I did not forget about Thailand. I will be doing a Thailand video specifically next week. It will be an edited video. You've said that before. And I've done it, and then sometimes I've not. So this one will be edited. And it's going to be a, where did we leave off? Let's go ahead and do a speed run through, get to the finale, and then talk about Drag Race Thailand as a series, what I would like to have happen going into the new, let's say they get a season 4, etc. Like, we're going to get into the nitty gritty with that. So be on the lookout for that next week. It'll be dropped before Christmas for sure. Something else I'm missing. I was planning on doing another video too before the end of the year that was going to be edited and a little bit different for me. It is going to be about Drag Race as a whole. And as somebody who's been watching since season 1 and the early years, I did want to sort of make a video talking about just not the burnout of it, but more of the where we started and where we are now from my perspective of a fan from the beginning years, and not someone who jumped in on season 10, but someone who was there from season 1. I'm 38, a little bit more time on this earth. I feel like there's been a lot of fresh opinions on it, which I'm glad and here for it. Trust me, I've watched my baby Jack Fed, Green Gay, all those good people with their takes. I was like, ain't nobody in my group and bracket really talked about it in this perspective just yet, where the club girls, before we were doing, this online like war against drag queens and my drag queen's better than you bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We were at the bars really there for those days, even the days of the week that changed up the logo girls. So I did want to actually do a video, take it very seriously, do it in 1040 or 1080, excuse me. See, I'm already messing up. A high definition, very big gigabyte video. And I was going to put some time into it. So I'm going to work on that before the end of the year, and that's a promise. But yes, just wanted to give you a little heads up on what's going on with the channel, and that we have a lot to look forward to with new things, as well as some videos that I have been planning on doing. And yeah. Oh, also, if you're on Patreon, you're about to gag. Remember that Melissa interview I did from the Real World, New Orleans? That was going to be my Christmas present to my Patreon group. And I'm going to do it for a specific tier and up. It will not be for the dollars here. It'll be for the 5 and up crew. I'm going to release that interview on Patreon. I'm going to release the whole thing. I have not looked at it in a long time, and it really did curse me in a way because I had a great interview and I felt like so like not worthy, and I talked myself out of it. I was in such a bad headspace, and I said to myself, lots of therapy, of course, but I said, you know what? I'm going to give it to the people who give a damn. They're going to have to see it. And I don't want to touch it. I still have the unedited version, like full on camera bit. And I feel like for Patreon, it'd be perfect for that as a Christmas present. Because y'all need to see that interview. It was amazing. 1, and I should have given myself more credit for it. But 2, this is right before Renaissance came out. This is how long ago that interview was. Before Renaissance came out. So you're going to hear me talking about something that I eventually get to go to the concert and have a full like outer body experience for, but also I get to talk to one of my favorite people that I've ever seen on television. And we really have it's an interview, but it's a full on like such a real conversation. She doesn't say anything that's completely like, oh my God, but there is some tea she drops here and there and this, that, and the other, but stuff that has already been disclosed on the internet. So nothing that could get them in trouble. But I do want to give that to my Patreon subscribers, who have also been really ride or die for me this year. And I appreciate, of course, my YouTubers, but my Patreon girlies, sometimes I feel like, do I leave them out? We get the reactions though on the page, but I'm like, y'all get that. And then maybe if I feel the Patreon comments are like, Matt, put it for YouTube, I put down an edited, condensed version of what I originally was going to do and then post it. So that's the plan of action. That's something I put on the board. I'm like, if you can see that whiteboard back there, I put it on the whiteboard to be like, okay, finish this before the end of the year. Let's go. Shout out to JMCL. Thank you so much for the tippy poo on Cash App. Rant Report B. Thank you so much, JMCL. And thank you so much for the cameo Tippy Poo as well. I appreciate you and Ruchi. I got 2 cameos recently, and I put my all into them because I always give it for my camis. But I gave some cameos, and they really did tip generously. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Because of you, I have this new ring light in front of me. If you haven't noticed, the light is on. Is on. I bought a new ring light this morning. I was like, damn it, Maddie, get the ring light. Get it. You can't wait another day because I want to have good things happening for me. And I have that current manifestation and feeling of positive things going my way. So, like, we're trying to keep it on that same level. I just said, go ahead and get it. Just go ahead and get it, girl. I mean, Crash, I've already had conversations with them about being on the panel. So if you can get them before me, even though I've directly talked to Angeria, by all means go for it. But I've already had the conversation with them directly in person, and they've been busy the times that we've been trying to get them. So again, if you get it, fine. But like, and that's my sister, but I've already had those conversations. Everybody you can talk to, I've already had the conversation. But it would be fun to have her on a members only panel. She can cut up if she wants to. So I'm here for it. So let's go ahead and get into our topics this week. As a reminder, because I'm going to say some things, this program's for entertainment purposes only, and content not intended to blind any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are solely personal views and do not affect them everything. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on the program, so don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in. I'm a little bit of a talker, and you may be here for a while. Don't post any spoilers in the chat, and if you feel uncomfortable viewing this program, consume some matter for you. Have yourself a good gas boot. And if you want to be just like JMCL, please and thank you. And enrage someone who has to now wait 2 hours. 2 hours to have been a subscriber, or possibly you already did and you were waiting in the burrows. I don't know if you have this much patience. But yes, if you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It is the holiday season. 'Tis the season. Please and thank you. PayPal.me for /MattyRants, catch up to /MattyRants, and Venmo. You don't have to, but if you want to, please and thank you. It means a whole lot. I got 2 little fur, almost said bastards, but yes, they don't got a father. This is mother. No, I'm father. I'm a dude. Anywho, if you want to, by all means, PayPal.me, Cash App, $MattyRants, and Venmo, Matty-Rants. Chat, I hate that my microphone can pick up conversations and any sort of sound like ultra, and it picks up my voice, but then you don't hear it, but then I hear it. It's weird. Regardless of all that, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. Let's say hi to everybody in the live chat right now, starting with the house. Hachijo. Oh, American fool. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Rances. Hey, baby. How's it going? We are going to have a bit of a gaming section here. I don't know if that's your forte. Also an anime conversation on Dandadan and Bleach. I don't know if we have Bleach people or Dandadan, but towards the end of today's episode, we will be getting into the most recent episodes that came out, and I'll be giving you my opinions so far in the seasons that are currently taking place. I think that's Dandadan's end of the first season, but I'm not quite sure yet because they're into the other arc currently going on right now with old boy, who I love how they did his whole intro for the show with like, we got to look up at him. I was like, well, hello. But I also want to talk about Bleach because, well, I was one of the Bleach kids back in the day when we was watching it on the good chip lollipop, okay? And this last episode gagged me a bit, and I'm kind of liking how all the lieutenants have like bigger roles, even with this weird war where everyone's power level doesn't make any sense. But I was like, y'all have sat through Dragon Ball Z and seen people go from brunettes to blonde and act a fool. We'll be all right. We'll be all right if someone who was nothing comes out and it's like, by the way, you are hitting Bankai. Like, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. As a reminder, Sakura was the part of the last blow to do what needed to be done in Naruto Shippuden, knowing she was completely unnecessary for the majority of the anime. Yet, excuse me, I was not a Sakura hater because she was under Lady Tsunade's tutelage, and Lady Tsunade is my favorite from that series. Excuse me, Matthew, back on topic. But yes, back to the hellos. What's wrong with me? Adrian, yay. A swear word on my screen. You know what? Whatever. Fur bastards always make me laugh. Hey, Betty. Hey, Adrian. There are my fur bastards. I love my kids. I love them. Y'all are going to be proud of me. I clipped Mamu's nails. Mina, we're getting to. She doesn't need them right now. Oh, she does not need them right now. And trust me, I've checked. She's a step-by-step gal. I only have 2 of her nails clipped because that's how wiggly she is. But Mamu, I have done front and back paws. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a matter of fact, I almost feel like I need to show you the gadget I use to do it because I had to buy a new pair of clippers for the cats. He's getting up. He's getting up. Excuse me. He's I really forgot to put I need to put this link in the description, but this is for my new cat people. Like, I'm so serious. This is the best $15 I've ever spent on anything. And I'm gonna tell you why. So online, I found this on Amazon. Because let's be real, Mamu's 2. He's 2 now, and then some change. His nails got long to where I was looking at him, and I would see him sometimes. I'm just looking at the little nail bits coming out, and he's just sitting there relaxed. I'm like, hold on, well, let me look at your nails. And I pushed him, I looked at Jackson Galaxy's video and some other video I watched where you just push the little paw and it comes out. And I was like, oh, absolutely. And I said, okay, way too long. I don't need him to get embedded paws. My name is not Chantel Marie Foodie Booty. Okay. So I was like, no neglect for the cats here, bitch. Ain't gonna have nobody just come and take my babies. So I said, let me go find some nail clippers. Couldn't find the ones I had. So I was like, Amazon, it's 2:00 in the morning. I low-key do need to get some things. Let's go. And I said, let's, the 20 for the girls that know Amazon Prime, $25 free. Let's roll out. So I got these nail clippers here. It even has like a latch, like a safety latch. So it's closed, opens up. But the best part about it for me is the light. That is what made me comfortable cutting his nails. The LED light to help flash on the nail bit so you don't get the blood vessel area. You don't get the blood supply. I was like, and that's where I felt comfortable doing Mamu's nails because I was able to see it clearly. I was able to hold it still and then just boom, 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 boom. Fronts were the easier ones. Back for him were harder. But what's also cool about this one too, Emrika, is like it has this blue light as well. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can. It's like a blue light on there, but it helps like trace things like ringworm and look for like skin issues. So I was like, oh, so I did a whole little looky through. We have no problems. I was like, oh, easy to hold, just like a pair of scissors. If I can find that link, I'm putting it immediately in the description. Because for any of my cat babies that are out there, cat dads and moms, or cat unks, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, I was over here like, I'm doing it and I'm not nervous. Mina, on the other hand, so I had to get the blanket for Mama for the back paws, but for Mina cannot be held. She's not a holdable cat. She is I'm gonna lay on you when I want to. I'm gonna get on top of you when I need to. I'll give you my tummy. You can scratch my tummy, but don't pick me up. She's let you do anything else but pick her up. So I have to catch her. Like, I have to catch her. And you don't sneak up on her because she makes an alarm, like one of these noises, like, whoa, 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 what you doing? So I got to get her one morning when she's real cuddly. Okay. And just cuddle her down and then slowly go through them beans and just snip, snip, snip. Because I got 2 of them already just from like regular, but even the blanket, nah, she's a flailing tube man. So yeah, she's going to be tough. But yes, these make it a lot better, and I definitely need to get that link for y'all. What's up, Liam? Hey, everybody. My bad. I'm sorry. I started talking about my cats. This is what happens when you're single. You're a cat dad, a bottom. It's just, there's a lot of things going on here. Lots of Bentris energy. Crash, you know, I love you, baby. I'm glad to have you in the chat. Mexican, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, I saw the comment about Mexico. Yeah, Puerto Vallarta. We're doing our yearly group friend trip. We did Miami last year, if y'all remember. So this year we're going to be doing Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, and we're going around the time of my mom's birthday. And y'all know I always am very sad around that time. So I'm actually very happy that this trip is very much centered around us having fun and just having a good time. And I get to be somewhere that's really beautiful and celebrate my mom's birthday out there as well. So I was like, oh, like once we were going through all the logistics, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have a moment. I know it. Because I get to be on the beach for that day. And I've never been on the beach like during a mom celebration birthday. Like I've never gotten that moment. So I'm going to have to do something special. Even if it's just me, I have to do something special. So I'm like, I got so teary-eyed about it yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I get to do something special for mommy. But I'm also going to have fun too. So yes, that's the trip coming up in May. Yes. So I just got to get pay the rest of the Airbnb fare for my room and then get my tickets to fly. And then of course I've got my passport already submitted and put in. So skip. Okay, Rudy, how's it going? Mad about Maya, how you doing, baby? Kelly, how's it going, baby? Rebecca, Lisa, how you doing, my love? I'll make sure I got everybody who's already up in this piece right now. Sam R, how you doing, baby? Eric. Why haven't we played Rivals yet, friend? I've played with Carmelo, but I haven't played with you. For all my rival girlies, where you at? Aaron 4K, what it do? Madeline, how's it going? But my love, Leo Sims. How's it going, baby? Purple Eater. Big hugs to you. I got to say I hugged you in person. DW, what's going on, friend? Joe, what's up? DRW, how you doing, my love? Yeah, I need a vacay. Either way, for mental health purposes, not for physical exhaustion, just mental health purposes. Now, the Traitors season 3 is going to be coming out next year, and the cast is stacked with likes of Real Housewives, Survivor, Big Brother, other shows that people do care about, then on and so forth. The person who I care about the most, and of course who I'll be rooting for, is Bob the Drag Queen, who is representing Drag Race. The last season, Peppermint was our representative, of course, and was unfortunately eliminated very quickly. And I'd like to place that on Trishelle. Did her demise here. So I'm praying Bob has a long run in this race. I know Melinda Verga was just on this most recent season of Candace Traitors. So I really, really hope Roberta got it. I want to be biased, but I hope Roberta got it. Would you like to see a flashback photo of Bob the Drag Queen, myself, and Jamar 84 2 years ago, May 22nd? Sorry, it popped up on my I love how the algorithm has figured me out, and there's like a being inside my phone that knows what I want to do. But Would you like to see a flashback photo? Because I got it. This is like shorter hair days, Matty. When I first moved to LA, Matty. My first drag con, Matty. This is where my little light friendship with Bob started. Back to Traitors real quick here. If you don't know the premise of the show, picture this: a bunch of pseudo celebrities or celebrities and randos, because there are some random people that just get thrown in there, must sit in this castle. They're in hotels. Sit in the castle and play a particular game. But the thing about it is, at the end of the night, someone gets eliminated, killed off, if you will. Not really killed off, but they get killed off. And the idea is that there is someone there in that house who is not loyal to the group, because there's money at the end of the line. There's money. We need coin tattoos. How do we get them? By finding out who the traitors are, by you being a faithful and making it to the end without any traitors in your way. The problem with that is that there's always a traitor. That's the T. Even when they get rid of all the traitors, they're always adding new ones to the bunch. So what you may think is already a set 3 could end up being possibly 4 to 5 to 6, depending on how many traitors get got or how much happens in between all of that. So the idea of this game is, as a faithful, find the traitor, stay till the end, win the money, and split it between your fellow faithfuls, or be like CJ and Trishelle and say, no colors. Excuse me. That didn't happen to MJ. Matthew, that didn't happen to MJ. That didn't happen to her. That didn't happen. It didn't happen to MJ. It didn't happen to MJ. It didn't happen. For like no reason. Like, just to like make their pot bigger and just be like, fuck her. Like, no shade. Like, it was wild to me. Like MJ had every reason to be pissed off, in my opinion. Like, as dumb as she was, as aloof to everything that was happening, like, she was a faithful. And she ran the game with the other faithfuls. And she did what she was supposed to do to get to the finale. And then got over, honey. I was like, couldn't believe it. Listen, maybe that money would have helped her leave that man. Did she still with that man? I don't keep up with the Shaws of Sunset anymore. That show is I can't do Reza's blessing. I don't even want to say blessing. I'm just gonna say blessing, because I feel like that's how you say it. I just can't do Reza's blessing. And the neck rolling when he gets mad. I just can't do it. Don't go there, girlfriend. I can't and I won't. It's a jogging suit away from me throwing up. I'm not able to. And then I feel like everybody on the show is a hypocrite. So, but they got money. I mean, or yeah, good for them. It got canceled. Is that what happened? It got boring after a while. It got a little boring after a while. It did. Why do I feel like I know what this is? I feel like I'm going to cheat. I feel like I know what this is. Hold on. This can't it's not okay. I'm gonna show y'all an image and you need to help me here because I want a gold prize. And I also feel like I know what this is, but it's not coming to me and it's driving me nuts. Can y'all help me real quick? Hold on a second. Because I must get this prize. Where is it from? And I feel like I know what it is, and it's on the tip of my tongue, but I just cannot say what it is. And it's really pissing me off a little bit. I'm like, where is this from? It's drawing a blank, and I'm like, hold on, is this a Disney movie? I'm like, it's not Pollyanna because it's not possible. Wait, is it Pollyanna? Wait. No, it's not. Couldn't be. Couldn't be. It's not Grease. I know it's not Grease. No, it couldn't be. Wait, am I right? Hold on. My mind wants to say Grease. I get it, but she looks like the actress from Pollyanna, which is where my mind is going to that like film era and shit. Like, oh my God, this is gonna drive me nuts. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Oh no. Hold on, let me find. Okay. This is how we're gonna do this. Okay. Boom. All right, that's how we're gonna do this. Haley Mills. Okay. Haley Mills movies. Uh-huh. Okay. Matthew, can we figure this out? Oh my God. It's not The Parent Trap. It couldn't be. Because The Parent Trap wasn't set in that time frame. So I don't know. Oh my God. I hate it. I want the gold prize. I'll have to come back to that later. The ADHD and my need to have this movie knowledge is driving me. Oh my gosh. I feel like I know. I feel like I know exactly. Hold on. Exactly what it is. Like the actress is familiar and this scene, but the name is not coming. I need a hint. This bothers me. It reminds me of like Freaky Friday. Um is what I want to say, but it can't be. It can't be. Google Lens it? How does that work? Oh my God. See now my age is coming up. What the hell is Google Lens? Search with your camera? This feels inappropriate. We're not doing this. Okay. We're getting back to the show. This is why they talk about me. This is why they create new accounts. Hold on. I can't. Is there a way I can open this up in Google? I'm sorry. This is so funny. I hate when I do this. This is the shit I'm talking about. Not Freaky Friday. I know it's not Freaky Friday. It can't be Freaky Friday. Okay. We're going to move back on. Traitors. I told you the premise of the show for the faithfuls, and then I completely got lost in a picture, and there it is. Well, what is it, Crash? Uh, this was a mess. Everything went wrong. It was supposed to be the. Oh, okay. Wait. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I was like, I've seen this movie and it's driving me. Okay. Oh my God. I fucking hate it. Oh my God. Yes, I have seen this film. Oh. Okay. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Crash. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I was like, there's no way I don't know what the fuck this movie is. And I remember it being on oh, I was like you looked it up. No, I did not. The actress I'm familiar with. I'm, I want my prize. I want my no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. All right, my apologies. Back to the show. Oh, it's over. I lost. Damn, it was that darn cat. Fuck, of course it's that darn cat. Why wouldn't it be? I'm a cat dad. Traitors, January, Bob the Drag Queen, We Stand, everybody else. Well, no, there's a lot of people actually that I'm going to be rooting for on the show, like Dolores from like Housewives of New York, the Legacy series. I will definitely, well, excuse me, not Dolores, Dorinda from New York Legacy, Dolores from New Jersey. Yeah, I will be here for the Housewives this season, but really Bob's going to be my number one. So I'm hoping does really well. I just hope they don't target Bob. Like, of course you're a traitor. You're Bob the drag queen. Why wouldn't you be a traitor? I just don't want that. I really don't want that for Roberto. I'm like, let my baby go. Okay. But here is a flashback photo. Oh my God, look at me. The fuck. First of all, Bob is funny. This year, if y'all remember, we had like a dance off that happened in the middle of Mickey's right in front of the stage. It was just funny. We were just J setting and throwing A counts. Bob didn't go to DragCon that year. They ended up going to DragCon disguised, just like they were in like this costume and they just were, this was in LA. And they were just in a costume running around and saying hello to the queens and like just like passing through because they didn't want to do a booth or like, Bob and all that kind of stuff. And Bob saw me at DragCon and tapped me in the back of the shoulder. It was like, hey, bitch. I was like, hey, girl. And walked away. And I was like, girl, who was that? I literally was like, who was that? And my friend David is like, bitch, that was Bob. I was like, oh, she stopped me to say hello. That's sister. No, Bob's good people. But yes, this was back when we were living in Los Angeles and when Maddie had shorter hair. Was it 2020? I think so. Yeah. No. This is 20. It was it 2020? Because I think was it 2020? No. What year was this? Yeah, it had to be that one. Because this is the one. Was this before the New York one? Like I remember I went to LA and then New York in the same year. And it was the last New York drag. Oh, bitch, I was lucky. I'm still thanking God for that one. I was lucky boots to go to that last New York drag con because there hasn't been one since then, baby. That one was interesting though. Also, I did love New York, but that was also a very stressful trip. Very stressful trip. Yeah, but Roberta's a good time. Tallest fucking person too. But yeah, shout out to Bob, rooting for them on Traitors. Pew, 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 pew. We talk shit for Smash Brothers. The only person in drag, lies. There's 3 people that I have gone against on Smash Brothers. I think Felony Dodger, Abora, and Bitch Puddin' are the 3. Yeah, and Bitch Puddin' are the 3 that I have fought from Dragula, and that was at Bitch Puddin's apartment. And then I fought Alaska Thunderfuck because she was on there, but she was Alaska, you weren't doing nothing. And she got on the sticks for a second. I was like, girl, what's going on? There's a lot happening here. Oh, I love Alaska. She has a good time. So that did happen. But no, me and Bob have just talked shit. No, bitch beat me 2-3. Yeah, she got the 3. I got the 2. Mm-hmm. I wasn't playing with my sticks though. I had to use a small remote and I use a pro controller. So I say she had the advantage on me. She's like, I don't use this either. I was like, but bitch, you literally do Twitch though. So like, like that was the same day I got to hold that titty bib that she has that you've seen in those many photos. And I found out that titty bib was made by Victoria Elizabeth Black. And that shit was heavy as fuck. She's like, you want to do drag, girl? You want to put on these bibs, honey? This is what's going to be. That sucker was heavy. And then bitch has like the same size shoe as me. So I got to put on her shoes for like a moment. And her stilettos were like up. That was a day. That was a day. That was a day. So as much as people don't like me and they want to do the full bit and oh fuck you and all that kind of crap, I have real stories. They're real events. They really did happen. They're awesome people. The girls I talk about, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. Sorry about it. But let's talk about Beyonce currently breaking records as we speak, and by all means continuing to do so. So we are aware that Mother Beyonce, Giselle Knowles, is going to be in concert. Excuse me, there is a football game that happens during Christmas. It's like normally a Christmas game. There is a sporting event that people do care about, that a lot of money is put into, yet a lot of people who enjoy said sport are also, you know what? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole today, but Beyonce will be doing a halftime show at said Christmas game, and they even gave her an extended amount of time to do said show. Now, this isn't what I'm going to talk about today because I did this on my last rant report, but I do want to start off with this to emphasize my point. And this lady is calculated, and she is that girl. And you need to stop playing in her face. You can hate on her because you have your favorites, and that's fine. That's fine. Call her whatever you want, but she will always gag you. And in the good way. You can say her bad way, but you're lying in the best way possible. Okay? This lady sat here and updated her numbers randomly. And a lot of you don't know this about Beyonce. She doesn't care about charts. A lot of the other artists do, because currently that's the thing right now. That's our whole bit. She's got more numbers than you do. Not even about the artistry anymore. It's the numbers. It's the selling point. It's no longer about how good they are and how talented they are. The talent is now based on the numbers, which you go, well, they're so talented. That's how the numbers come in. Really, is it though? Because we have heard shit that has sold a lot. It's shit though, but it's catchy. It's bad, but it's cat. Trust me, okay? And when it comes to musicians and artistry, do you hear me? Longevity is a blessing that a lot have not been afforded. And we have seen the crash and the burn from many, and the attempts at trying a comeback, and those who find lanes to stay in, as well as residencies to apply to, because that's going to pull them back into the atmosphere of the algorithm that is the coin tatas. That is the money that they deserve and worth, especially with a lot of these artists out here. So I emphasize all this to say she's been in the game for what, 30 plus years? Stop playing. DC to solo act. Now, with all that being said, and yes, I'm going to talk like this because this is my girl, so I back it up. She ain't update them numbers in a minute. And one thing that people were doing when Billboard named her the #1 pop star of the 21st century, and I saw this from a lot of these stan pages where they were updating pictures, not having her included in the numbers for like streams and sold, and albums sold and numbers sold and singles sold, all that. She was never on that list. So they're like, well, how can they say that? How can they say that? All these stan accounts, it was the #1 thing to say to her, the #1 drag, the #1 dig. And we all knew as fans of Beyonce, and even people who had common fucking sense could tell that lady doesn't care. She even had a whole documentary, said it millions of times. She said they've way too much focus on getting this huge number versus the music itself and what it means and what goes behind it. She's never been about like blasting it off like that, as much as people want to think that, okay? She's literally done her dues. She is the status that she is. Above echelon, that girl, your favorite's fave. Be mad. I know girls will leave in the chat. That's fine. It's the truth. It is. Beyond true. So she updates these numbers randomly. And y'all don't know, me and C Diggy and Blake are platinum diamond level members of this group. Okay. We're on that level to where we don't argue with people anymore about her. We just allow them to be angry and yell and spit and blah, 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 and you just okay. Because I already know she gonna clear, and she always do. Beyonce's picture was not up here originally. This was like the whole drag. But now currently, she sits as number 2 behind Rihanna. And let's all give respect to Rihanna. As much as y'all want to release another album, she already has shown she as that girl, and she don't have to prove no more. Taylor Swift, the mega house of 20 fucking albums off of one album and releasing different cuts with 30 extra seconds and one extra song, going, strumming my guitar, hair down my face, boy in the back, rear mirror on my lace front. I don't know what that means, but I hear it's black. Black. Up. All right. Now, shut up. Okay. I hate to even put that number up here, so I'll just read the rest of it because in reality, if the girls want to put a board up, I gave you the board. That's where the board is. And apparently, she's not done updating those numbers because Thick went gold. She just updated Thick from Renaissance. That apparently did 500,000 plus units. That's gold now. I'm like, oh, so there's now even more. And she's not including her Destiny's Child Day because she's included in the writing and the accreditation on those songs and all that other. Baby, if she wanted to, she could sweep it if she wanted to right now. If she wanted to, this is the Virgo. This is the dangerous Virgo that you need to understand. This lady gagged me overnight. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And a lot of there was even a Stan account that all they did was talk about her. Put their account on protected and posted that they were having a mental health day. I have to leave Twitter. It's too much. It's becoming too much. This is after years of them talking about this lady and dedicating their entire social media to loving the artist that they love and completely despising the one person who they felt challenged her. And this applies across several boards. It's weird. Now, I'm not going to say that the Beehive doesn't have a couple of bees in there that are on some bullshit. I have seen some toxic Beyonce accounts. Believe me, they exist. As much as I want to be like those fans and those, as much as I want to go there, I'm getting a little older. I'm a real Libra here. There have been some accounts where I'm like, you sound stupid, and you're making my baby look bad. Like, you need to stop talking. It's wild what we as people have gone through and go to when it comes to it. But Beyonce now officially, and this was one thing that people like to use against her, she now has 2 diamond certified records, though diamond is 10 million plus, I believe. And that's for Halo and Single Ladies. Not shocked for Halo and not shocked for Single Ladies. What I am shocked is that she didn't update this information until just now. She could have been had that certification. Ben told us about it. She been had it. Just updated it. This is all before her concert. This is all before whatever announcement she's going to do. Do you get it now? Like, they told me I was the best. You challenged that. I actually had been holding shit here for this very day when they finally gave me my coots, and I can go, here you go, bam, put her titties right on the table, right ahead of something else that's happening right now. You would I'd almost say to myself that you really did set yourself up. If you have to detach yourself from somebody, oh, you can. And you've already been able to do that, but now you really can. Now you really, they can't say that that man was carrying you at any point. They can never say that. They can never say it. So, okay. All right. Betty Davis. So Love Drought went platinum. Pray You Catch Me went platinum. Alien Superstar, platinum. America Has a Problem, platinum. I'm one of those people that made America Has a Problem go platinum, by the way. You're welcome, Beyonce. Ask Piece of Cake. My first ever performance was to America Has a Problem. And if you look at my Apple playback, I have at least, I think now 1,000 plus listens to just that song. So thank you. Best-selling female artist in U.S. history, according to RIAA. Rihanna has 211 million. Beyonce is at 198.5 million. Taylor Swift is at 194.5. Rihanna's number one, Beyonce's number two, and Taylor Swift is number three. If Rihanna wanted to drop more music, that number could increase. Beyonce has Act 3 on the way. And Taylor Swift has an audience that will buy anything from her. So that number is going to go up as well. The girls are running, and I'm here for it. But Beyonce did break the record for most certified titles for a female artist in U.S. history. That title was by somebody else, I believe. I can't remember who. She has earned 103 total across her discography. 103. Again, Act 3 is around the corner, and we don't know if she's retiring just yet. Mm. Mm. She didn't even let us know these numbers for years. There's I Am Sasha Fierce numbers. Please remind yourselves when that came out. She hasn't updated this shit for years. And what's crazy, like we were just talking about, she hasn't included DC. Her Destiny's Child credits is not, they're not placing that. I thought that was gaggy. I was like, okay, are we adding that on the board? Because low key, you can. Two, she didn't update the B-Day numbers. I was like, you don't want to? Because you know that album, we all know that album. Oh, how many bangers are on that one? Either way, one of my Christmas presents is getting to see this lady perform here in Houston. So I'm excited. And Beyonce, been a fan since the beginning. Proud Houstonian over here. Continue on, girl. Continue on. We watching it. I'm ready for Act 3. I've been listening to Cowboy Carter down, but something about I have this feeling Act 3 is going to slam. I just have this feeling. I don't know what it is in my spirit. Something is telling me that Act 3 is going to be some nasty, 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 nasty good work. Oh, and I'm excited to see what comes out of it. So, yes, because you did gather me with the Cowboy Carter features. And dare I say, there are a few people I like to see on Act 3, even though they're emphasizing a rock album. I've heard Doechii very much ride phenomenal amounts of different beats, and her musicality is there. If you have a song on there with that girl and I am right in my prediction, I will pass out and wake up anew. Either way, shout out to Beyonce. SZA is dropping the deluxe version 2 years later of SOS. Lana. I decided to censor this photo because I'm not an idiot, and YouTube sometimes likes to think things that exist do not exist. So, or I should say do not exist. There we go. in the wrong order there. I'm excited for this because SOS is honestly a great album. SZA is one of my favorite artists out there. She sings in cursive, and for me, that's good music to either vibe to, lullaby to, go to sleep to, wake up to all of that. So I am excited to see what comes out of this new album for SZA. And she is one to watch out for because SZA also has her numbers on the board. And if you don't know, SOS, I think is one of the best-selling albums still for this year. So yeah, shout out to SZA. I think so. Yeah, the album is very much that girl. That's my portion of music. Actually, I forgot to put the picture of Cardi B and Offset, so I just want to go ahead and talk about it. I forgot to put the picture up. My bad. I was like, where is the picture? I didn't put that in the right order. Do you one and two? One, if you don't care about Be Callous and Offset. Two, if you care. Girl, I don't know if they're back together because the thing is that they're still fighting online. She was at the same club as him for their birthday. They talking about the reason why I was there was because of ABCD. Y'all throwing money on each other. He's talking about, I'm about to expose you for all the girls and all that kind of stuff. Yet she's over here like, don't even do that. I can give you a name and drop the pen. Don't let me just fuck your shit up. They're threatening each other back and forth. She wants him to sign the divorce papers. Apparently, he won't sign the divorce papers. I'm not understanding why he doesn't want to sign the divorce papers. It has to do with custody, allegedly, with the kids, and she doesn't want to give him joint custody, and he wants joint custody. Did you see what she said about her having small feet? I did. Like, all of it was oh my God. I find myself being that close to crashing out on the internet at times, and then I have to like really pull myself together. And I was just having a conversation with somebody about doing this when it comes to social media and having that full on, like, I'm about to just blow it up and it be what it is. Unless you have a check mark and you already have engagement that's driving in, and you know those little think pieces and full on fuck yous are going to make you some money, there's no purpose in doing all of this. But for me and how I'm looking at it, that was a monetized argument. It's a monetized argument. So they took it from a free phone call to Twitter to get at least a little bit of coin tots for that back to them. Is how I've received all of it. So for me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you two are doing. Either sign the divorce papers, Offset, which I don't understand. You want to be out here with lookalikes trying to flex and stuff, and it really do look crazy and musty. I also don't forget that bullshit you pulled with Candice Paris at the SNL show with your homophobic self. But yeah, I'm not a fan, nor do I care. And for Miss Cardi, as much as I look Invasion of Privacy, bitch, where is this album? These singles aren't holding up the way you think they're going to do. You got one more of these to do in a video and one more of the. I'm not. What's happening? Because dare you put one song that you've released over the last almost what feels like a decade now on that new album, and we're supposed to be clapping our cheeks to it? No. Get in the studio, because it's giving one time for it. You're not Lauryn Hill. Oh my God, is she Lauryn Hill? Is she a version of Lauryn Hill? Oh no. Lauryn Hill might. Let me not do that. That lady seems like she has a lot in her coats. I don't want to go there. Those are my thoughts on those people. It's weird. No, she has not released another album since the last one. There have been a lot of singles. You're right, Jazzy, because I know Cardi shows up at least an hour late for her club appearances. Lauren shows up about 4 hours late. You are correct. One is more on time. I know the other one didn't call women roaches of a particular melanin, but that's what they said. That's what they're saying. What they're saying. Anywho, back to the show. Freedom. I had no interest in seeing this movie. Let me tell you something about the DC universe. I've had it with you officially. You still owe me money for Wonder Woman 1984. It's not because I'm a man that I did not like that movie. It was just absolute shit. It was long, it was boring, and Kristen Wiig looked hilariously stupid with that fried, crinkled hair while she sat there and gave cha-ta-ya-ya. No. It was no. I'm still mad at that movie. Oh, it was bad. Oh, bad. I want my money back for the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern, and I was a kid. My dad paid for that movie. I want the price back. I want it back with these prices. Okay? I do like Batman. Batman's never really gone wrong, in my opinion, unless you include George Clooney's version of Batman, and that's still the worst one for me. Campy movie as fuck, but it was not good, to say the least. We can watch it and be amused or bemused, whatever you want to, but I just no. I stopped. If we're gonna do Tim Burton-esque time frame of Batman movies, because I didn't think he did the third one, but I can't remember. I stopped with Val Kilmer's Batman. I was like, okay, we're finished. Because then when we went to George Clooney, it was like, okay, boo, how'd you get this role? Boo. Then Christopher Nolan's Batman. Honestly, that was fine. It was really an interesting take on it. Personally, I'm not mad at any of the three movies, but the third one with my girl Cat, it was the most lacking for me. I was like, In both of those trilogies, the sequel, the second one, was the best. Catwoman, Penguin, boom, Batman Returns. Eats Alive, still probably the greatest one, arguably, in the series. I'm sorry, I'm having a DC rant right now, but this is all pertaining to Superman, I promise. Then when it comes to Christopher Nolan, it was the Joker one. Master fucking piece. Masterpiece. 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 Ben Affleck as Batman, I won't see it. I don't respect it. It's not in my wheelhouse. That's for them, not for me. No, thank you. Boo. Boo. I know you're tired too, Ben. Ben, I know you're tired. Okay. I know you're tired. So I don't receive the Justice League's Batman. Boo. Boo. Now, Robert Pattinson is Batman. I don't get it, but I've enjoyed the movie. I did like the movie that I got. I enjoyed the very static walking Zoe Kravitz and all that shit. I did enjoy that universe. It was kind of cool. I'm waiting for the sequel and for the third one to have an opinion on it, but so far the sequel is always the best, so maybe we'll get something good out of it, right? I still don't understand why we haven't reintroduced Poison Ivy into that franchise, not on a cartoon level with Harley Quinn. What is wrong with you? I just watched this trailer give me literally everything I needed from somebody that does not like Superman, because I find his character to not be very relatable. Okay. Like, I just do not find him relatable at all. However, the thing is, James Gunn, responsible for the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, which I have not seen the third movie yet because I'm afraid it's going to disappoint me. And I also just do not like Chris Pratt at all anymore, at all. Like, at all. At all. I'm so happy to find out he's not a part of the new Jurassic Park series. I was like, thank you, God. I can't do him no more. Okay. I got to deal with him for Mario. I'll deal with him in cartoon form. Let's go. But I'm a Sam Neill, Lord Zern guy when it comes to the Jurassic era. Okay, I'm the come on, Matt, get my names in there. Julianne Moore and Jeff Goldblum. Okay, that's where I'm at when it comes to the Jurassic days. Do you see where I'm going when it comes to this? Okay. So I didn't like Man of Steel. I like Henry Cavill? Yeah, Henry Cavill? Is that how you say his last name? Yes. To anything he do, any role he take, especially if it involves him swinging at people, just being, yes, yes. If he wants to make a chair, I will watch it. Okay. So that was the best part of yes. Oh, oh, uh, like my throat immediately opens into another dimension. Okay. It unhinges itself. I become the damn demon and smile for fuckery. I'm Pennywise in this bitch. Open. But I just didn't like Man of Steel, the way it was filmed, the direction that it took, how boring it was, how extremely boring it was, how super boring it was. Boring. And I didn't like that universe and what went on with it. It just never pulled me in. I didn't like the Flash movie. Saw that later. Didn't enjoy it. Bored. The Justice League movie, that one I tried to because it was like, it's so cool seeing them all together. Just didn't really do what it needed to do. I'm also very leery about this Hal Jordan casting, the light skinned of it all, and I'm the fluorescent beige of black people. Okay, so like when I tell you, I'm looking at it going like, no, light skin. Did you hire him because his eyes are green? It's easier for the effects department. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I promise you, there are highly melanated people with light eyes. You can find out, but we'll get there. I just don't like the Snyder Vision version. I don't like that's not my world. So James Gunn, in terms of movie making for me, is my kind of guy. I like him because he does borderline the nostalgia factor on an excessive level of crank up in my whole tease, but he also is a fan of color, and I love seeing movies washed and not dark and dreary when they don't need to be. I don't want to see Superman full on give, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I like the old school, old boy sort of like hop hop sort of Superman bit, if you will. I do like that feel of super. And it feels like this movie is going to take it that direction, but mix it in with the new, like little elements of nostalgia with the old and with the new. I heard it was based off of one of the new iterations of Superman in the comics and this and the other. So I'm like, okay, I will watch this go down. But let's get into some of the clips and some of the characters because he said this is less of an actual origin story movie, and he's made this about it being a cast, an ensemble flick. So I was like, oh, okay, which I'm here for because to be honest, I don't care. We've already know the origins of Superman. We've seen it on television. We've seen it in the movies. How many times can you tell me the story? No shade. No shade. Hold on. I wanted to get these notes from James Gunn because I was like, oh, thank you for letting us know this in advance. He was like, let me tell y'all what I'm about to do with this movie or what to expect. Don't think otherwise because, yeah. Um, if the movie, oh, here we go. Number one, much more grounded than his past comic book projects, James Gunn's films. It's taking from other things like Game of Thrones, where it's the universe where superheroes actually exist. AKA, we're basically on like year 2 or more so, like Superman and Lois are already established. Superheroes exist and nobody's surprised, which I'd prefer. I'd prefer. David Corin Sweat, who is, you know, influenced the decision to wear trunks. Superman wants kids to not be afraid of him. He's an alien with incredible powers, so he dresses like a professional wrestler. James Gunn is feeling the pressure. There's a plan, but if Superman doesn't work, we're not just going to keep making movies. So this is what Sony and their Marvel Spider-Man universe need to really grab a hold of. I'm going to read this back to you. There's a plan. But if Superman, Morbius, Madam Web, Craven, what else doesn't work, we're not going to just keep making movies. Venom, in all due respect, was not as big of a deal as Spider-Man. And I know this last movie has made a lot of money worldwide more than locally. However, that shouldn't have been the selling point for a Madam Web movie. That should never have been made. That needed to be like on a TV series somewhere, no shade. That really could have been a TV series. Very much a TV series. Craven, I was like, what is this though? Is this your Messiah or to the people who are mad about Black like you got him out here in Africa, the old mighty Africa hunting down humans? I'm not even girl boo. They dragged that movie down to the river. I can't wait for it to come online so I can watch it on streaming. I already know it's gonna be bad. My friend saw it and was like, Matt, it was so unnecessary. The entire movie was unnecessary. Like, why are we here? Why are we here? It felt like a budget version of Black Panther. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. No thanks. Um, I'm just here for James Gunn saying, if it's not going to work, we're pulling the plug and we're wrapping this up. Either way, he put a lot into this, and I want to see what it gives. The flying action shots with drones are inspired by Top Gun Maverick. The movie is score driven, not song driven. So don't think of Guardians of the Galaxy with this one. It was nods to John Williams, which, if you saw the trailer and you know the original Superman's theme music, dun, 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 they did a play on that, and that was really dope. One of my favorite parts of the trailer, James Gunn. Thank you. Not aiming to set up other projects outside of Peacemaker season 2, which I'm excited for Peacemaker season 2. Shout out to my Peacemaker fans. That first season was everything. I love Peacemaker. Lois and Clark know each other. Mr. Terrific has a big role. We'll get to that later. So excited for Mr. Terrific. Starts in the middle of the action. Lex Luthor already hates Superman, so there's no like developing story as to how does he find we didn't know why he's mad at him. Thank God. It takes place over a short period, aka we're in a situation moment. We're not in this is a movie that expands across 10 years and we're watching Superman go through his young to old to no. We're catching him in the middle of a story. This is like an episode that we would see on a Saturday cartoon that we're basically going to watch in a movie format. Thank you, God. So, guess what, James Gunn? I'm on board. The trailer sold me, beautifully shot, perfectly done. Everybody who's bitching about this are clear Zack Snyder fans. I'm disappointed in the many of them. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. This is the fandoms that we have when it comes to movies, and we now have the internet where everything that is angry is monetized and sold. So continuing on, just to give a look at some of the characters that are going to be in Superman. Didn't do that right. That picture didn't come through. Work diva. This is our first look at Lex Luthor. Okay, younger Lex. He's pissed off at Superman. The trailer very much indicates he's going to be an angry, bald-headed man. And I love it. I love it. Lois Lane looks interesting. I don't see Lois here personally, but I'm also the guy who watched the Justice League animation, and I'm so like still one of the greatest cartoons to ever come out ever. That Justice League cartoon and the variations of it, to be honest with you. And I am talking about like the old school one and the Teen Titans before Teen Titans Go. Just love all of that DC universe. That's my favorite DC. The animated movies have been the best personally for me. That's where they normally don't miss. Normally. Yeah, through animated movies. I'll excited to see her in action though, as far as Lois goes. But to get into some of the heroes that we see, I don't have the villains that are in the trailer because there's a kaiju monster in there, and I think like some Mr. Ultimate who's sort of like a take on a Bizarro Superman, but more of a clone version, allegedly, is what they're saying is going to be the case that he has to fight. Because the whole trailer starts off with Superman getting his ass whooped, and then Crypto the Super Dog. I so forgot to put him in here. So sorry, everybody, but Crypto the Super Dog is in the movie. I was like, what? Okay, I might. This is telling me a lot of the things I like about Superman that are positive are in the trailer. And they're surrounding this with other heroes. So that way I'm not solely focused on Superman the entire movie. There are other people I can gear my interest to and be like, yeah, that's right. They need to cut up. Boop, 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 boop. I know them as a hero from the comics. This is going to be fun. So Hawk Girl is here. She does not look like the normal Hawk Girl. It's definitely giving an interesting look. I noticed that her costume is matching that of Green Lantern's. This is a version of Green Lantern, not to be confused with our favorite version of Green Lantern. And you know our Hal. No, not is it Hal? It's not. No, it's not. My favorite is not Hal. I think it's John. Hold on. John Stewart's my favorite. Hal's my second favorite. I can't remember who this one is. Is it, what is his name again? Guy Gardner. There we go. I'm not a fan of Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. I don't know that much about him, but I'm here for it. John is my favorite. Hal's second. We'll go there. right? Okay, good. I was like, bitch, I know what I'm talking about. I was like, wait, I know these names. Uh, the bowl cut looks interesting. I'll need to see him in person, but I do like Nathan Fillion from Firefly. Of course, that was one of the greatest things ever to come out. But yes, we'll see how this plays out. Bitch, Mr. Terrific. Everyone's saying he looks terrible is on some bullshit. One, two, we get our lick back for X-Men First Class. This is the same actor who played a character that technically could not even be destroyed and was killed off in the first, 30, 45 minutes of the movie, pissing everybody off from the comic book lore. Like, how in the world would that have happened if they're supposed to absorb all? Anywho, we get our lick back. I don't know if that was James Gunn in general thinking about that when he was casting this character, and he was like, you know what? Put him back in the board because we're not going to do this again. Please look up who Mr. Terrific is. Love his character. He basically can match Lex Luthor and in the intelligence department, but also has like the ability to create certain weapons and items that he uses the stuff to protect himself as well as do what he needs to do. And he's a hero. So I was like, oh, there was a whole scene in the trailer of him protecting Lois Lane. I was like, yo, thank you, Soulful Dog. I hated the paint. I hated that paint. I saw the CW version too. Boo. The girls are saying the CW version looks better. Liars. I'm here for it. I'm here for the hair. I'm here for the mask. I'm here for the body, the look of it all. I'm here for it. But the Mr. Terrific origins are very dope. Love that we're showcasing some Black superheroes into this piece as well. And the diversity of it all. I'm here for it. But yes, Mr. Terrific is on the board. Okay. This one, I was like, Morpheus? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, whoa, we're putting him into this movie? I was like, oh, this is interesting. I wasn't expect to me, okay. I was like, because I'm going through like the DC list of people in this, that, and the other that's worked with Superman and the likes, and I was just like, I was not expect. Mind you, I've stayed away from any spoilers, any sort of bit to do with this movie because, again, Superman's not like my favorite, and so I'm like, oh, it is what it is, and uh, all that jazz. But when they announced or I saw his face, I was like, oh, he in here? Metamorpho? I meant to say Metamorpho, my bad. I was like, Morpheo? I was like, that doesn't sound right. It's Metamorpho. I'm not familiar with him like everybody else. I have seen him, I think, in like one or two cartoon versions, but I've really never like dived in. But he can do a lot. And I thought to myself, oh, the CGI is going to be cranked the fuck up with his character, especially what he can do. But I also look at this scene with him, and you can clearly tell. I'm going to use my arrow that his skin texture is different on this side than compared to this side. If you then pull up a picture of him, it's definitely going to give what it's supposed to. I think it's going to be a very creepy interpretation, but also cool interpretation. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was Brainiac for a second too, but then when they like confirmed it was Metamorpho, I was like, oh, bitch, y'all are about to introduce a character that I didn't think would ever get time in a movie ever, which now leads me to believe that there are going to be some more introductions if this is well received. If James Gunn continues on with the DC universe, he's going to be playing around with a couple of people in the comic books and people that probably haven't had that much time to shine. Interesting. But no, the movie comes out, I believe, July of 2025. The trailer is honestly beautiful, y'all. If you haven't seen it yet, please give it a look. It is very well done. I have faith in James as far as a director. The first two Guardians of the Galaxies I enjoyed. I still need to see the third one. I have Disney Plus. I should watch it tonight, right? But I'm gonna see it. At first, I would have told you absolutely not. Same thing with Man of Steel. I'll wait till it's on DVD. I don't give a fuck about this dude as a superhero, but this movie made me feel very interested in what James Gunn's interpretation of this will be. And I think that DC needs something new. I think it needs something new. I really do. It has been such a just this ain't gonna make no money. This ain't gonna be that good. People are gonna watch it, but it's just not gonna be a good movie. They're just gonna be there just because it's the nostalgia. It's their favorite character, but everyone's gonna feel the meh meh. And that's how it's been feeling a lot for the DC universe. I will say, Birds of Prey was wonderful. Not the first Suicide Squad, but the second one that came out. The not Will Smith's version, but Idris Elba's version, yes, was a great, great, great love that movie. But for obvious reasons. Director, everything, full bit. Yeah, it's just we'll see. But I'm excited to see where this goes and check out the Superman trailer. It's online now. What else is on the agenda? Oh, House of Villains. I will be doing a review on this, but I did want to talk about it since I did see the most recent episode here. Candy Muse is no longer a contender for the win, unfortunately, in the House of Villains. They were eliminated, leaving New York from I Love New York and Flavor of Love, Wes from The Challenge, Mr. Spectacular Jesse from Big Brother, and Larsa Pippen from The Real Housewives of Miami, followed by Safari from Love and Hip Hop, are all still in the competition. Jesse has become the villain in charge, or the villain of the week, I should say. So they're on their way to the finale. And they have chosen Safari to come with them to the finale. So right now, Larsa, New York, and Wes are up for elimination. And when I tell you, if you haven't seen this episode, you need to see it because I'll be doing the review later. I'm sort of waiting on the finale to do the double episode review together. That's what I'm doing. Baby, I have never seen two straight men go in like that in my life. Two straight white men at that go in. I have to emphasize that. I have never seen them go in. I mean, going read, bitch. Both Jesse and Wes. Reading, girl. I was like, what? I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is why. Jesse, beat me then. Beat me then. Beat me. Beat me. You think you the shit? You ain't nothing. You ain't motherfucker. I was like, they just screaming. I think they were watching like New York and like Candy and like all the other people, and they were just like gearing it up. Like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to do this right. Because there's just no way. Like, everybody else has been holding it down as far as these CAC performances go. But I'm talking about going in. Wes gagged him a little bit towards the end. I thought that was funny. I was like, oh my God, that was I was like, that was a nasty read. Nasty. But to me, it was Jesse. Because like Jesse's like huge. He's in this full suit, swole as fuck. Beat me. I'm over here like the buttons were about to pop, child. I was like, this is wild. But it did give us a little bit of okay, va 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 boom. There's a little bit of a little something going on here. The engines are revved up. I'm all hot and bothered. I want to see what happens for this finale coming up tonight, I believe, on E Entertainment Network. So I will be talking about it later down the line, probably next week. I'll have a video posted of both this episode I sort of ran through and the finale and my thoughts on season 2 as a whole. So be on the lookout for that. But House of Villains currently on E, USA Network, and streaming on Peacock. Yeah. What else do I have left to talk about? Marvel Rivals, free to play game. If you didn't know, Marvel Rivals on multiple platforms here has really been taking like the gaming community by storm and is currently contending, if not already beating the Overwatch community, as well as other games that are in the same marketplace, but first person shooters, as well as sort of not even a shooter. I mean, technically, yes, but there's also other characters that are more multidimensional than that with the game. It is a very good time. There's already a toxic community placed on it, but there's so many videos on YouTube as well of gameplay. Definitely recommend it for anybody that wants to get into games like this, especially like for yes, first person shooters, but very like arena style games and working with teams and stuff. It's also really fun to play with friends. I'm a big fan of the game, and I don't even play games like this. Got to play with some Rant Pack members already. And yeah, it's kind of nice to see it doing very well, but it also feels like this could potentially be helpful in the resurgence of a little bit of Marvel's sort of pettering out, if you will. There are some new Marvel movies that are coming out, like Captain America, New World Order. It does look kind of good, along with some other films that are being teased. And of course, we're all excited for when we finally get our X-Men movie. But I'm glad to see that superheroes haven't gone out of style just yet. I just wanted them to start changing directions a little bit and not be either too goofy or too serious. It always feels like they're missing the balance a little bit with this universe of Marvel and DC in the world. But I'm here for Rivals, and I think you should get into it too. And again, it's so you can download it and get started. There are some in-item menu things that you can purchase, like certain skins for characters. Those are different costumes and other things like that. But other than that, I think you should really rock and roll it. Before I get into anime and wrap this conversation up today, with the rant report, we must talk about Karen the Grande Dame. People call her that. Well, they say that. I don't know the name. Huger. If you're not watching The Real Housewives of Potomac, you don't watch Alexander Rogers or see Diggie's channel. But you should, because they're funny and I love them, my friends. But also, this season's actually been pretty fucking good. And one of the storylines that's happening on the season is that Karen Huger is innocent until proven guilty of a DUI. And this is the storyline this season. And they've actually been kind of nice to her, with the exception of Mia and Giselle's second neckline every now and then needing to throw a little jab here or two, or Jacqueline desperately trying to find a storyline and a purpose for being there because she can't just be Mia's friend the entire time. Again, it is very hard to see past that shape of a face. But when it comes to Karen Miss Hugier, who I'm a huge fan of on the show, oh, bitch. The fact that you were contesting this, the fact that on the show you're saying you're going to put this in God's hand and guilty or innocent until proven guilty, and then the police release the body cam and all the footage to go along with it, including the interrogate. Oh, Karen. Oh, Karen. And I love how her husband was trying to just, he was trying to protect her. He was, to the point of almost interfering, if you will. But Miss Thing was sloppy drunk. And I find it crazy that Shannon Bedore from the Housewives of OC had a very DUI situational moment that went into a storyline for her on her show, along with Alexis Should Never Came Back, full fuck face, along, with the fact that she came back as a friend of the show, but was dating the man who basically was using her and then trying to get money off of her and all that kind of weird. I find that wild that this is now playing into Karen's storyline, because it actually happens. It's a real thing. It's not for TV, but it's the parallels to Shannon Bedore's DUI and Karen's DUI happening within the same time frame in the same year in the Bravo verse is wild to me. But Karen, the footage has now been released. It is damning. It is damning. It is. You're in the car slurring your words, like, a full bit. Wig is tossed back, full. It's giving an episode of Drag Race with this wig, right? It's giving they bucked, it knucked if you buck, but it's a lot of knucking, and it's bucking back like a mechanical bull, if you will. And I feel bad for Miss Karen. Again, big fan of hers on the show, but ooh, they got you. And yes, it's going to be very interesting to see how they talk to her on the show. I know Mia is happy that there is something that is proven for once, Mia told the truth about something, but it was about somebody else. Because again, if it was about her, then that's probably going to be a lie or not fully the truth. Either way, Housewives of Potomac is currently on Bravo. Check it out. It's a good season so far. I love the newbies on there. But oh, Miss Karen. Gleazy is gonna get you. But yeah, shout out to Karen. But again, prayers though to Karen in this time as well. Again, she had lost a parent and was grieving. No excuse, of course, to get behind the wheel and do what you do, but I can understand grieving for a loved one, and it taking you to a place that you shouldn't have gone. So understandable. So we're gonna get into anime. I don't know the words to the song, but I got the beat in my head and I can do it. Dandadan's this week's episode was very interesting. I did like the storyline between the spirit that's in the body of the anatomy doll looking for its long lost love. And I also am enjoying now that they've introduced one next people that's a part of this huge ensemble of awesome fucking like I should say heroes, but soon to be. We haven't gotten to that arc just yet. We're almost there. We're like, I think at the halfway point now till we get to that arc when it's the huge invasion and that big fight goes down. Because I read the manga. Oh yes. Oh, I could not wait. Couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. I was like, nope, 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 nope. Can't wait. Got to see what happens. This is what happened with me with Demon Slayer. Okay. Couldn't wait on it. We got to that Infinity arc, like full tease. I'm like, excuse me? Oh no, I have to read this. And I was sobbing through the majority of the Demon Slayer manga. But for this one, I had a good time with it. And I'm excited to see where it goes. If you don't know what I'm talking about Dandadan, and it's a anime on Netflix now, following these high school students where one of them gets his testicles stolen. I'm not joking. Golden balls, if you will, as these aliens have been invading Earth, trying to steal the body, essences, sexual organs of these people and learn ways to procreate and do other things. It's a lot. It's weird too. It's really fucking weird. It's super weird. It's really weird. But there's also this element of exorcism and exorcists and spiritual hunters and all that kind of stuff, because there are yokais that are currently possessing either people or things that are having, girl, it's wild. It's somehow a mixture of supernatural meeting super science fiction. Yeah, science fiction and supernatural all mixed together in this really crazy anime with kung fu and, I shouldn't say kung fu, but more so action fighting elements all put in between. And honestly, great stories too. If I were to sell you on this based off of one arc that's already happened, it would be Acrobatic Silky. When I first watched it, I wasn't paying attention. I was just folding clothes. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my gosh, she ate them. All of a sudden, this scene plays out of a flashback with this beautiful music. And when I say I haven't had my heart get yanked out of my chest like that in a long time. Yeah, that arc is crazy to begin with. But then when you find out about the yokai and you find out about who Acrobatic Silky is. I mean, even like Speedy Grandma too, when you find out her arc, it's like, oh shit. I'm really finding the spirits that they're having to exercise that then become later very important to some of the fighting of the aliens that takes place. They give you backstories to these spirits because they used to be people and then something happened. And it's either a tragic story, a sad story, or something like that. Something about it's really, really wild, but if you get into it, it does suck you in, and the stories are really great, and it's, I don't know, something about it just is really dope, and I just love the theme music. It's one of my favorite theme songs for an anime ever, honestly. But Dandadan, currently on Netflix. Now to Bleach. There's currently this war happening between the Quincy's and the why is his name leaving me? Come on, Matthew, I just watched it. Soldiers, lieutenants, Quincy's versus come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Come on, brain. Come on. You got it. You got it. You got it. Come on. Quincy's. They're not this. They're called. Come on, Matt. Captain. Why is everything around the show, except for the name of what they are? Why is that actually in my brain, but it won't the word? And no one in the chat's helping. Swear to God. I know the girls watch Bleach. Type it down. Type it down. Save me. Come on, Matt. What is it? That's not the name of it. I know the Bankai is the name of the specific. The name of the sword. What's it called? Okay, there we go. Soul Reapers. Oh, why was that taking so long to come out? That drives me, and I hate it. I literally said new lieutenants, captains. I even had Bunkai. I had all of that ready to go, but I could not get a Soul Reaper. What literally the Quincy's are fighting and have a war over and have hated and despised because there's this full-on bit about the Demon King and all that bit. The Soul King, excuse me, not the Demon King. I'm getting my animes mixed up here. Okay, back to this. This latest episode was great, but I also am concerned a little bit just because I have not read the manga of this 1,000-year war and what's going on. I decided just to go into the anime like fresh, and I do watch it with the subs on. I don't do dub. We don't do dub here. If one of my, I shouldn't say my, if one of my favorite captains dies, I'm going to be pissed. That's the uno. Two, this power level thing that's happening with a lot of the lieutenants and the people that low-key shouldn't be giving anything right now against like what are considered now gods on behalf of God, a lot to take in. Also, they have very much released Eisen, but he's still in that chair that's supposed to hold him down. I know he about to get up and swing. And it is a little frustrating watching my boy Ichigo sometimes because I'm like, okay, he's either very hot and cold. I don't know. Ichigo seems like such a womp for me, and then he turns really badass. Or Hime is still my favorite. And I know she's not like a Reaper or anything, but she's still my favorite. She is. Mary is my favorite captain out of all of them, but Orihime is still my favorite because I love the protectors and the healers. Are always my favorites in the show. But yes, Bleach has been good so far. A lot of people have been annoyed by it. I guess again, it's never going to be the same as the manga. A lot of the animes try their best to stick to it, but sometimes they don't get to show the full scale of it. And then sometimes people are just not fans of certain arcs that happen. I'm not a fan of the Chimera Ant arc at all. For Hunter x Hunter, hated that arc. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Didn't like it whatsoever, but I still will watch it because I enjoyed parts of it. There are just certain elements to me where I was like, girl, what? And they gotta die because of who? And they're not this, that. But no. Yeah. So shout out to Bleach and shout out to Dandadan. Y'all have been keeping my anime fantasies going. Yet I did watch Sailor Moon Cosmos recently again just because it's so beautiful. It was so well done. But yes. Da 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 da. All right, everybody. I think that's a wrap for me today. I'm trying to think. Did I have anything else that I missed that was on the agenda? Oh, Chad, I was going to talk about the Jay-Z pushing back at the allegations bit, but I'm not trying to be sued today. I just know that the person who made the allegations ran some of it back and was saying that they don't know if what they said was exactly what they wanted to say and that they needed to redo it all over again because that's not exactly how it was supposed to go. And they left some things out. And then they were also, some of the things they said wasn't exactly what they meant. And it's like, what? So I'm stepping away from that. I'm waiting for more information to drop before I have a little bit of that conversation. But like, I was like, oh, not that we changed our mind. Okay, bet. Whatever. We'll see. Too much going on. That's for the Z girls. No shade, baby. Love my babies. That's for the young girls. I'm worried about her mother, Beyonce, Giselle. I don't follow Chloe Hip everywhere. How am I going to ruin this song by overdoing the video? Bailey, I'm not going to be into her like that. I'm more concerned with Haley and that scar that she's still trying to get rid of, DDG, embarrassing her every fucking day. And I'm glad they're no longer together. No shade, because I shouldn't be happy about that. But like, ew. Ew. I saw that video where I forgot what he was doing, but everything exploded in the kitchen. The baby just sitting right next to him, like, ooh, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, put him in had that baby in the bag. I'm like, girl, what is going? This is their life. God bless them. Shout out to Haley. I'm sending her love. But Burna Boy and Chloe was definitely zooted and booted out there in Africa. God bless her, baby. I hope she got her shots. I know she's getting digged down too. So pop off, sister, because it looked like you're getting very well. It's good. It looks like, yes, it looks like it's great. I'm hoping I get some tonight. Shit, like. Definitely, you are getting wow. The way I saw you in that club just doing all that. Oh no, you are getting tossed and turned, sister. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Anywho. See, I don't know about him. I don't know about Burna Boy. I don't know too much about him. I don't focus and look for everybody when it comes to it, because again, Chloe's not in my market of interest when it comes to things unless she dropped a song and I'm like, girl, what's it giving? Because I did try to listen to her album and I did download 3 songs from it, but we haven't gone past that point. Album, anyways, yeah, good for her though. Love is love. Let love be. I had a super chat from Crash a while back. My bad, Crash. Might as well tip for you reading my contrarian opinion, LOL. I thought that this trailer looked weird, like its own bootleg copy, if that makes sense. Must have been talking about the Superman trailer. Everyone kept saying CW's this and CW that. I'm like, do y'all even watch the CW? I guess I don't. That's why I liked it. I didn't like her album. Whose album? Chloe's album? No, sure didn't. Wasn't good. Every song sounded the same. Wasn't good. No, if you liked it, I'm not saying the taste is bad or you don't know what you're talking about. I am very particular when it comes to every single thing in my life, and I've just now started to really get into that. I'm very particular. Very particular. So she is not for me. She's not for me. She's borderline goat. Bah, when she sings a little bit. Not as much as Candy Burr's Billy Goat be, but like, yeah, it just and then I can't get into her visual game. Mama be throwing her whole body around like she done lost some sort of fight with an electric socket. And then every time she do it, she want to have the biggest of dookie braids in. So that should be walking and knocking in a whole different, it looks so crap. Because I like me a good dookie braid. Beautiful locks. Love that. She be dancing. That shit look like a static TV. I'm like, what's happening here, sister? I just can't get into it. a little bit. I want her to figure out what her visual game is before I get back into Cloatia. She sounds very good with Haley. I like them as a duo. Now, Alti, them as a duo, the solo acts are fine. Them together, they sound so good together. They are so good together. Love me at the ungodly hour. Baby girl. That's still my favorite one. Do it for your girls all around the world. See, we failed them as a duo, though. Chloe and Haley deserved way more love as a duo than they were given. They deserved way more flowers. Way more flowers. But the unfortunate part is that a lot of people that hate Beyonce attach the hate to Chloe and Haley. I'm not even joking. There were so many think pieces that were coming out. I was just like, girl, y'all let them babies breathe. Let them have their time. They are very talented. Haley is amazing. Chloe's great. They're all good. I didn't care for Chloe's solo project. Haley is dropping music, but I'm like, okay. And I'm just missing the vibe that I used to get with them. And I don't know where the direction's going with the music now. I'm really getting sick of these girls doing this. I want to sound like 90s R&B into that. There is a way to take the current sound that we like now, that you hear in the lounge and hookah bars that slapped with 90s, 80s, and 2000s early R&B, where it can make sense. But a lot of y'all are just touching the old and not figuring out how to incorporate the new, and it sounds weird. It sounds old. Ask Normani, who released an album with old music and expected it to do something, which wasn't all her fault. It's not all her fault, but that shit sounded old, bro. And I was like, nah, we've moved past this. I like a sample. Now, Purple Eater, I'm not gonna lie, I love me samples. I love me the interloop, that word I want to use that goes into songs. Love it. Love it. But if the song's not good and the artist doesn't eat and the lyrics aren't chewing, I'm not going to be entertained by the beat. This is why the Katy Perry and Dolce song doesn't work. You have a crystal water sound to what is a phenomenal song, Gypsy Woman. Katy, you worked with The Enemy, one. You brought someone who we like into the tune thinking that we were going to still be on board with it, but low-key we're like, it is what it is. And the lyrics aren't giving for you. Dolce are fine. It was basic elementary ABC. Let's say someone else got that track. Let's say someone else got that beat and we didn't have that man working on the beat and someone else wrote some other shit down. That could have been the number one song because the beat was nasty. And again, Gypsy Woman, Crystal Waters, it's a home run all the time. It's one of my favorites. But there's always people who waste samples, and they waste it a little bit for me because I'm like, well, girl, if you're going to use this, can you at least make it like something? Like, you got to make it new. You got to make it fresh. Like, just don't throw it on top of it and then be like, okay, bitch, I'm going to write it. No, you can actually take a sample and make it into something brand spanking new. That's why I liked Renaissance so damn much. A lot of samples were in that album and they were very well done, very intricately laced through it. People had to be told they were in the fucking album. Bitch, you didn't hear that? That's your song. How it completely flipped it and made it something new. That's what I want to hear. I need the girls to do that. Yes, Eric, we talked about Rival Rivals a little bit earlier in it. I just like the artists that are take songs, take the old shit. You can make it brand new though. Just don't get on the beat and just do like okay, girl, I'm gonna ride this. No, we're tired of that. Give me something different. There's some new sound. It's beautiful. I think that's all I got today. Yes, I think that's it for me today. This was supposed to be like a 90-minute show, maybe an hour, and we've already hit almost 2 hours today. So I appreciate y'all tuning in with me and supporting your boy and listening to me talk about all these different topics. Do me a favor if you want to show me a little extra support here today, because we didn't have as much views, and that does fly through the algorithm. If you want to drop me a little bit of love, especially for the holidays here, PayPal.me for /MattyRants, Catch Up /MattyRants, and Venmo /Rants. Shout out to Crash for the super chat, and shout out to JMCL for the Tippy Poo in my Cash App earlier today. I got to wrap this up. I need to prep for a workout. If you want to find me in my other social media spaces and places, you can find that in the About section on my YouTube channel, where it will take you to a Linktree link that will get you where you need to go. Also, excuse me. There we go. Also, do reactions on Patreon. I will have my reaction to Canada's Drag Race, most recent episode, tomorrow in the morning, as well as do the review in the afternoon Friday. So check me out here on YouTube. Same thing with Drag Race Dandadan. I also have a cameo. I got a recent request that I will be taking care of soon. But shout out to my other recent requests I got done. I'll send you a personalized video from me. So make sure to book a cameo. Merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. Affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. And more to come here with my channel. I did a lot of announcements at the beginning. See you later, Soulful Dog. And see you later, everybody else, before I lose my voice. I'll check you out tomorrow for Canada's Drag Race. Appreciate the support. And again, love y'all down. Thank you for tuning in. It's been fun. That's another rant report. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Listen. Yeah.